used to be 320 pounds and I have no loose skin, and I'm gonna tell you why.
All the women in our family have stretch marks after childbirth.
Except for you.
Except for me.
Why is that? We noticed that 96.9% of you guys are not subscribed, and 3.2% are. So to the 3.2% that are, we love you.
For the 96.9% of you who are unsubscribed, we would love it if you would join us in this very, very meaningful conversation. That is our mission and our life's work. The 3 ways Penelope and I have prevented having loose skin after losing a lot of weight is number 1, we use oil massage every single day. The reason why you get loose skin is because you have elasticity. You have elasticity in your fat cells, you have elasticity in your skin cells, and when you lose fat, your fat cells re-elasticize, and so does your skin. But sometimes your skin has been stretched out for so long and you lose weight really quickly, then you have all this loose skin. And I don't want that for you if you can avoid it. One of the ways you avoid it is by doing oil massage. Now that means massaging your skin with oil. You could buy a fancy oil like almond oil or jojoba oil, or you can just use coconut oil, which is probably easier to find and a lot cheaper. We also use olive oil. I mean, you can really use any oil. I wouldn't recommend using like safflower oil or canola oil or hydrogenated oils, but massaging your body is also relatively confrontational, not only on a physiological perspective for skin elasticity, it's also one way that we re-relate with our bodies and we start to make peace with the areas of our bodies that we need to make peace with, especially our stomachs, our arms, our thighs, and all the things. It's very confrontational practice. I've given it to thousands of my clients who've had major weight loss transformations and revitalized their lives and their health, and it works. It absolutely works. So we're not just saying this for us. We have a lot of experience prescribing this lifestyle practice, and it does absolutely work.
Number 2, walking and exercising combined. Something I realized on my weight loss journey was that if I had lost weight with a drug or not exercising and just being in a massive deficit of calories, I think I would have developed a lot of loose skin because I wasn't tightening the areas and working the muscles properly. And I'm sure there's more science behind this than I know, but even from jogging recently, you were showing me, you're like, Penelope, your stomach is changing because the stomach muscles and the skin is like lifted now instead of like sagged down. And I look back at my weight loss photos and I see this skin going down and then like the stomach, and then now it's like all the way up, and so it's just fascinating, the human body to me, and I'd love to know the science behind that.
Well, the exciting news is that your body is dying and being regenerated every day. Like cells are dying and being reborn every second of every day by the trillion. That's how amazing our bodies are. And it is absolutely necessary that we exercise while we're losing weight so that we can gain more muscle mass, which helps to boost our metabolism and also helps to re-elasticize the skin, because you're replacing fat cells, losing fat, and then you need to replace the muscle, right, for the tone. Like if you've noticed, people who are on our program have completely reshaped their bodies, where they used to have a big thighs or a big bottom or really big stomach. Like when you change your diet and you change your lifestyle, how you live your life, you change your entire body composition. Mm-hmm. Even clients of mine who come who wanted to just get healthier and didn't have a huge weight loss goal, they're like, oh my gosh, my body is completely transformed. So yes, exercise is a huge, huge part of it. But also in combination with that are the kinds of fats we're eating and the kinds of foods we're eating. So when we're eating foods that are going to heal our bodies as opposed to harm our bodies, then we're gonna have a better effect. And I've noticed that, like I used to run programs all about getting the glow. And the glow is a lot about avoiding chemicals in foods, sugar, flour, chemicals. I say chemicals again because there's a lot of chemicals in our environment.
Cool Whip is something I used to ask you about, and you were like, Penelope, you see that loose skin on people?
I used to go around the grocery store and hunt like a hunter, like looking at what people had in their grocery cart, and I'd look at their bodies. And I made this a study, and it was really fun, and I noticed some patterns. And the Cool Whip was one pattern I noticed with women who were clearly trying to lose weight but wanted something sweet at night. I mean, I love sweet creamy. I mean, hello, yum, yum, yum. But Cool Whip, unfortunately, it seemed to be putting weight on women in this area and sometimes also on the sides of the hips excessively.
And why do you think that is?
I think the body doesn't know how to get rid of it, and we have a lot of lymph in those areas, and it could be just like clogging at the lymph. That's a guess. I actually don't have any proof or data about that outside of my observations.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, I know people think that's really strange, but I do. I like totally fascinated by it. But leads to the final point, which is about eating healthy fat.
So what kind of fat should people eat?
People should avoid safflower oil, sunflower oil, soy oil, corn oil, peanut oil,
Cottonseed oil.
cottonseed oil. These are all great for shelf life. They're great because they're cheap for businesses, great for the bottom line, but they are not good for your waistline. They're not good for your cells. They're not good for your skin.
And what are these oils maybe hiding in?
They're hiding in your sauces, your dressings. They're hiding in most of the processed foods that you're eating. If you're eating out at restaurants, I can almost guarantee 99.9% of restaurants are going to be using cheap oils because oils are expensive. And they've got to cut costs so that they can make their rent, that they can pay themselves. I get it, I'm not against that, but don't put your health in the hands of these businesses. So eating healthy fats is like eating extra virgin coconut oil in moderation, by eating extra virgin first cold pressed olive oil. It's by eating in moderation avocado oil. I'm still kind of on the fence about that too. I mean, honestly, if you just eat whole fats in their whole food form, you're gonna be really, really good to go.
Which I feel like is almost easy because then you're like, okay, whole fats in their whole forms.
That means almonds, that means avocados, that means
That's easy.
olives.
To me, that's like a really easy step. Like I can easily do that, you know?
Yeah, like eat good fat. Our bodies want and need fat. I'm not saying not to eat fat, but you've got to be very focused on what kinds of fats you're putting in your body if you want to have beautiful skin that ages well and no loose skin after weight loss.
Comment down below your favorite whole food fat source.
You know, my mom was a Weight Watchers lecturer, and she had a lot of friends from Weight Watchers and Overeaters Anonymous. And I remember them coming to the house and they had lost all of their weight, which was hundreds of pounds.
Wow.
And their biggest complaint was a loose skin.
Oh.
And they would show my mom. So I remember the shocking imagery of my mom's friends coming to the house and being like, it was kind of like a freak show. I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with that person, you know? They covered it up with their clothes, but they were so devastated. Can you imagine the success of losing hundreds of pounds and then having all of this excess skin? Skin that hangs almost this much.
I've seen the videos of people showing them and then them getting surgery and I'm like, oh.
It's so devastating, and I don't want that for you. And that's why we make this video, so that we can share with you some of the hacks that we've used, that we've helped hundreds of other women use, and that we've helped thousands of other women use, and that we want to share with you today.
Would you be willing to do a belly massage to yourself? Let us know in the comments.
Seriously though, what does it bring up for you? I want to know. Hey, so we noticed many of you are not subscribed, but you're watching. So do us a favor and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Do us a solid.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
We're looking for a dozen women who are really ready to make a difference in their lives
Without Ozempic.
to make changes today that will last a lifetime. Please click the link in the description below so that we can get to know you better and partner with you on your weight loss journey.
Click the link in the description.